Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this video, we will see the popular question that is merge intervals. So this question has been asked in many interviews like for the big tech giants like Amazon, Google and etc. So this question is really important to study for the array questions. So in this we are given, this is a medium level question. So we are given a collection of intervals. So interval means we are given the starting time and the ending time for a particular interval, and we have to merge all the overlapping intervals. So what does the overlapping mean? Overlapping means if like we are given an interval like this, we are given 1 to 3. So this is a range. The starting time is 1 and ending time is 3. So we need to find the overlapping interval. So 2 and 6 is overlapping with 1 and 3. Because 2 comes between 1 and 3, so they will overlap. So we will have to merge them into one interval. So it will become 1 to 6. So these we will use the starting time of first interval and the maximum ending time of both intervals. So which is 6. The maximum ending time out of both is 6. So it will be merged as 1 and 6. So the next interval we will check, it is 8 and 10. So it is not merging because 1 and 6 and 8 will be greater than 6. So they are not merging. So like that we have to merge the intervals into one interval. And those who are not merging, we can directly print them or add them into the result. So let's see the approach for this question. First of all, we will see the naive approach or the brute force approach that you can. And first of all, if you are given this question in an interview, you need to ask the interviewer if the array that we given or the intervals we are given are sorted or not. If they are sorted, then you won't have to sort them. If he tells you that these intervals are not sorted, so you will have to sort it, because we need to find a sorted sequence. So then only we can merge them. So if you ask the interviewer, like if the interval is sorted, if we given the input in sorted order or not, so it also makes a good impression on the interviewer that you are analyzing the question. So that's why you should ask that. Now let's see the question. So in this we are having the input as 3, 1 and 3, 8, 10, 15, 18, 2 and 6. So here the overlapping sequences will be like merged, and we will get output as 1 and 6, 8 and 10, 15 and 18. So they are not overlapping now. Here it was overlapping 1 and 3 and 2 and 6 as we saw in the example. So first of all, for the naive approach, you will have to sort the array. If interviewer tells you that array is not sorted, so you will have to sort it using inbuilt function. You can sort, and you will have to sort the array or the intervals according to the starting time of every interval, that is 1, 2, 8 and 15. This 3, 6, 10 does not matter first of all for this question. So that's why we will sort it according to the starting time. Then we will have to linearly iterate over one interval, then check or find for the other intervals who are overlapping with it. So if we are on this index, that is index number 1, that is 2, 6, then we will check for the more intervals who are overlapping ahead this index, that is from 2, 3 and so on until n, if n is larger. So that's why, and for every interval here, if we are on this interval 1 and 3, then we will write 1 and 3, then we will iterate for the next index, then we will check 2 and 6. So yes, 2 and 6 are merging with it, so we will merge them and we will write 6 here. So for like that, if we reach to this index, now we will check for every interval if it is overlapping with it. So if it is not overlapping, then we can add the output in the result or we can print it. But if it is overlapping, then you will have to merge them. So this approach basically takes n log n time to sort the array if it is not sorted, the intervals, or and it takes O of n square time to perform this operation, because for every index we are checking all the elements ahead that index. So it takes O of n square time. So then interviewer will ask you to optimize this approach the better way. So the optimized version of this would be using in this optimized way will be using first of all we will have to sort the array, that is the main thing. So we sort the array according to the starting time. So here 1, 8, 15, 2 is not sorted, so we will sort it according to the starting time. It will become 1, 2, 8, 15. So I've written the starting over here, it is a starting time, this is the ending time, this is starting, ending, and like so on till then, and then we will have to maintain a result array. So we have to return an array of array. So we will maintain this. Basically array of array means this is we will return it as a array in the main array. So that's why we have to return array of array or vector of vector. So that's why, and now we will iterate over the array only one time. In one iteration we will find the solution. So first of all we will add this or this in the our output array, that is 1 and 3. First would be added, first interval will always be added. Now we will check first of all if the second interval that we are on, a second interval or the at the first index, we'll check if the starting time of this element, I will just mark it as green. So the starting element of this, the starting time of this interval is greater than the starting time of ending time of first interval. That means we have to find if starting time of second interval is greater than the ending time of a first interval, then we will just add the interval, then we will just add that element or the interval into the resultant array. But it is not the case here. This is not getting this is you can see 3 is larger than or greater than 2, so they are overlapping. But for example here 2 and 6, so 8 is greater than 6, so we can just add the this interval into the result because it is not overlapping, that's why. But if this is we can write that okay, I will write the starting time is greater than the starting time is less than the ending time. That is, I will tell you, if we are here we're getting 3 is greater than 2, which is ending time for the first interval, but this is the starting time for the second interval. So basically first interval does not end, but the second interval comes between that. So 1 and 3 will have 2 between them. So these are overlapping sequences. This 3 and 2 are overlapping, so that's why we will have to merge them. So how will we merge them? We will first of all first will be starting time will be the minimum of both, so it is 1. So we will merge it with this 1. So we will just push out this. So we have got 1 and 3 over here. So now 1 is here. So now for the 3 we will check if the ending time of the first interval is greater than the ending time of second interval, so we will write it. But here 3 is smaller than 6, so we have to basically write the maximum ending time. So it is 6 here, so we will write 6. So this is how we merge the sequence. So it will be merged and it will become 1 and 6. Now we will iterate to the next. So it is 8 and 10. But here you can see the starting time of second interval is greater than the ending time of first interval, so they are not overlapping. So 1 and 6 and 8 and 10 are not overlapping, so they will just be added into the output as it is. So it satisfies the first condition, that the starting time is greater than the ending time, so it will be added. And now for the next interval, it is 15 and 18, so they are also not overlapping. 15 is greater than 10, so they will be just added as it is. Now suppose if you have just let me erase this. After this, if you have after 18 you have 17, or just for example we will take if we have 18 and we have 19, so here our 18 is overlapping with this. So you can see in the problem description also they have wrote that 1, 4 and 4 and 5, so 4 are overlapping here, so these are overlapping. So now what we will have to do, we'll have to first of all write the first index, that is 15. So we will write 15. Now 15 is there, yes it is true. So now we will check, we will write the maximum of both ending times, both intervals ending time. The maximum is 18 or 19. 19 is maximum, so it will become 19. So now you can see we have successfully merged these two sequences. So 15 and 19 contains 18 between them, so both are merged. So let's see the code now. I have written code in C++ and Python both, so I will provide the code in the description. You can just check it for your reference or just download it from my GitHub repository. So this is the code. So first of all I have created a vector. So this is our function, the main function that we have to return for. So I have created a vector of int type of for named result. So we have to return vector. As I told you, this is a simple vector, that is 1, 3 is also interval is a vector. Then we have to append it to a main vector, that is the overall result. So now we will check if the intervals are empty. So if they are empty, so we will return an empty vector because we are not getting any interval. So that's one thing. Now it is a base case. So now we have to sort the intervals. As I told you, we have to sort the intervals according to the starting time. So we have to use a compare function for that. So I have made a custom compare function that is static of static type and bool. So we have to return true or false. So I will get the constant vector A, so I have passed it by reference, so you can pass it directly also. Now we will check if the starting, so basically our A here is a interval, so a bracket 0, that means it is the starting time. If we write 1 here, it will be the ending time. So we will check if the starting time of the interval is less than the starting time of second interval, it will return true. So accordingly it will sort the the vector that we are having the intervals accordingly. So I have passed the beginning interval sort beginning, so it is an iterator pointing to the beginning, and this is pointing towards the end. So now we will push the first interval into our result. So now we will start iterating from the second first result. So now we will check if the result this result dot back returns the this element last element. So that is the our element that we had, the first index. So here it is 3 comma 1 comma 3. So now we will check if this we have wrote 1 here. So 1 basically shows a ending time, it is 3. 1, I told you that if we write 0, it is a starting time. If we write 1, it is the ending time, that is 3. So we will check if the ending time of the first interval is less than the index we are iterating on, and it's a starting time, second interval's starting time, then we will just push back the result, that is the particular index. So here they are not merging. This ending time of the first interval is less than the starting time of second interval. So this condition returns it is true. So we just push this 8 and 10 into the our resultant vector of factor. Now we will check if this is not the case, so it means they are overlapping. So now we will set the result dot back, that means this value 3 to the maximum of, that is 3 because it is 1 here, so it is the ending time. So we will set it to the maximum of 3 and 6, the second interval's ending time and first interval's ending time. So basically it is doing that thing. So now it will automatically merge the intervals. Then we'll again come into this condition, and it will accordingly iterate over a whole array. So it will take only linear time. So now let's run the code and see if it's working. So then I have written at last I have written the result. So yeah, it got accepted. Now let's submit the solution. So yeah, it got accepted. You can see it is faster than 87.31% of solutions, and it takes less memory than 83.68% of solutions. So now let's see the code in Python. So I have written just a second. So this is the Python code. So let's check this also. I will also provide the code in the description, so you can just refer to this code from there, or you can download it from there for your reference. So now we have, as I have checked the base conditions here, if the intervals are 0, so we will return the empty interval. If the interval is only one interval is here, so it is not overlapping, so basically we will return it as it is. So now we will sort the intervals according to the starting index. So this is a Python specific syntax. So I've used the sorted function, and I have passed the list over here and the key that according to which we have to sort, the compare function in the C++ side. So we will use lambda function here. X is the interval, that is 1 and 3. So we will sort it according to the x0, that is starting time. So that's how we are sorting it in Python, and we are like assigning it to the intervals itself. So now we will add this interval into the result. So I've added it. So now we will check for we will iterate for current in intervals 1. So we will start from this index, that is 2, 0. We will check if the previous intervals is equal to our result -1. That means the last element. In Python we are using the negative indexing for referring to the last. So if -1 here is like 15 and 18, 15, 18. So that's how it works. And now we will check if the previous of 1 is greater than current of 0. That means the starting time of the second interval is greater than the this starting time of the second interval is less than this is the starting time of the second interval, and this is the ending time of the result that we are having, the intervals. So we will check it and assign it to the maximum. As we talked to 3, and out of 3 and 6 the maximum will be assigned, that is 6. So that's how it works. And here if it is not the case, they are not overlapping, then we will just append the result, append the current, that is this value that we are iterating on the interval, into the result, then we will return it. So you can see it works. Now let's submit the solution. So yeah, it got accepted. So thank you for watching guys, and do like this video and subscribe this channel for more such solutions, interview programming questions. Now do subscribe this channel. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you.